I'm just on my morning canter around the village. I have stupidly signed up to do the Manchester Marathon next year. I've done it a couple of times and to be honest, I've been really lazy recently, so I need something to train for. I've got to get out and get this body moving. But it's been a bit wet and wild recently, and I just thought I'll show you what my normal route currently looks like. Footpaths that way, just over that lake. I mean, normally that's a bridge. This is a floodplain, so it is meant to flood, but this is the earliest that I've seen it. And I mean, we've had like 4 days of just non-stop rain. This happened so quickly. Honestly, I think I'll be better off bringing the paddleboard out rather than my running shoes. Looks like I should be triathlon training rather than marathon training. Here we go.
Oh, thank you.
One interesting concoction.
What have I got?
It's
lovely.
Is it?
What is it?
It's my herbal remedy.
That's really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, what have you put in
You're
it?
not just saying that.
No, I'm not just saying that. It's lovely.
Great.
It's quite sweet. It's nice.
Yeah, it's got my honey in it.
Mmm.
It is one of those days today where you just don't feel like doing very much. You know, one of those sort of days where it's a bit grey, it's a bit drizzly, junky knits are on, Gabby's got a stinker of a cold, which is why I've made my little cold curing concoction, which I've literally just come up with in the last 5 minutes, but you know, it's got lemon in it, a bit of ginger, some rose hips that I picked on my run. These are meant to be like really full of vitamin C, so good if you've got a cold, and a good dose of the honey from my bees as well, which is quite exciting. How are you feeling?
Cured.
Yeah?
I honestly do actually feel a bit better. I don't know if it's because of the tea or if it's because of, I don't know, time's passed, but I feel better.
Because the time's passed.
Time's passed, but I'm feeling good. Apart from I feel like my voice is going, but...
What's Tilly up to there?
She's just trying to get in the book. You want to be playing, you want to read the book.
So yeah, it's just like one of those sort of days where you just feel like milling about inside. I know when you watch YouTube you expect things to be like bam, 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 but you don't watch this channel for that. We're going to make some soup and have a cosy day.
That's one way to get there.
This is a new challenge. In the summer, when you've got Joe needing to burn off a bit of energy, we've got the towpath just to head out to. But on a day like today, don't want to go out there, so he's just chewing his way through the bookshelf.
Now, what age do they stop putting things in their mouth?
Not sure. I mean, I'm in my 30s, and if I can't put it in my mouth, I'm not really interested, so...
Can you play with the actual cards or not?
No.
I want your toys.
Yeah, he has a whole thing of toys. I moved the calendar over to October.
Oh gosh, what a day. I think this is a sign of what winter's going to be like. We've had our first breakage.
R.I.P. matches pot.
R.I.P. mattress pot, I liked it.
I'm trying to fix it.
Bit of that, what's it called? Kintsugi?
Kintsugi?
Kintsugi, the Japanese art of fixing things.
Yeah, we've got the kit somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's under the bed actually.
Everything is under that bed.
We'll do that. Job for the day.
About you, this is like my favourite time of year for food because, you know, you're getting into winter. It's when like soup and stew season is here, and there's nothing that I love more than having like our fire going and having like a little pot of stew just like blipping away on that, you know, that like proper cosy, comforting food. So what I'm thinking is I've got a load of tomatoes from the allotment. We're at the end of the season of these and they just need using up. So I'm going to do like a little tomato, fennel, chili, butterbean, stewy thing, which is kind of in here at the moment, and I'm hoping it will taste good, and it will hopefully be like that bowl of warmth that you want on a bit of a drizzly day like today. You know what, it has been the best thing about having the allotment this year, just being able to grow our own tomatoes. Like, all of these are homegrown, and I mean, if you've seen our videos before, you'll know that you're meant to like sort of trim your tomatoes and do all of this kind of whatever you're meant to do, horticulture to them. We have literally just allowed them to turn into like a tomato jungle, and we've still managed to get fruit from them. We probably would have got more had we done it properly, you know, like full on Monty Donned it, but you know what, just to get some of your own homegrown tomatoes, it's so exciting, and they taste, they're just so good. That's not the most attractive thing to eat on camera, but you just can't beat it when it's like literally picked earlier on and then in your gob seconds later. Tilly, shush. Shush! Don't! Don't! Tilly! No!
That's your stern voice.
Ah!
It's really working.
It's my father voice.
Oh.
No, dog! Beast! It's
Tilly.
more like a priest, that, isn't it, really? It's kind of what you imagine a priest to have. We are gathered here today on this special occasion.
No, that's too
to bring together the marriage of... You know, it's a bit...
No, I think that's a bit too much. That's more, you're going for headmaster.
That's quite good. Quite good. Anyway, anyone need any voiceover work? I need the voiceover work. Anyone who need any voiceovers doing, then just make sure you give me a script first, otherwise God knows what comes out of this mouth. I'm just going to stop talking and put this in here. Ah. I've had to come near the window because it's getting really dark outside. So yeah, this is what you just forget about winter, is just like how early that light starts to go. Somehow like the afternoon has just absolutely flown by. But there we go. Tomato, butterbean, fennel seed, chili, with a little bit of fresh basil and feta cheese on top. And that is like the perfect thing. Oh, that's delicious to have on a grey old day. One thing I need to tell you is, I know we've been talking about getting our website sorted for ages with like recipes and all of that on there. We are going to bring back our newsletter, which we are really excited about. It's going to be a weekly thing, like some stuff that's going on at the allotment, stuff with our bees, things going on inside the boat, basically everything that we'll put on a YouTube video but in like a little newsletter form, and it'll have like recipes and stuff like that on it as well. But we're launching it on something called Substack, which you might have heard of already. If you haven't, it's like a newsletter hosting site. It just makes it easier for us to send it out to you guys. So if you're interested in finding out more about it, then yeah, the link will be down below in the description. But it'd be amazing if you fancy signing up to it, so we can share some more delicious things like this. And yeah, it'll just be really lovely. So if you fancy it, then the link will be down below in the description. But I'm gonna stop talking and wolf this down and see you a bit later on. It's always so, it's not for dogs.
Welcome to another wet and drizzly day. It's not cold. I mean, it's cold, but it's not cold, but it is wet. I do probably need to put my hood up. I'm just taking Tilly out for her morning walk. I say morning, she's really pushed it. She does not like the rain. So she spent a few hours on the sofa and I finally managed to coax her outside. I don't know where she is now though. Tilly! Tilly! Is that your boat? No. Come on, off you get. Having a little bit of shelter under the bridge. Joe is asleep, he's gone down for his morning nap, which can be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half. But I like to use this time to have a bit of a chill out, a bit of quiet. So coming out, even though it's raining, is a lovely way to spend it. So let's see when we get back if he's still asleep, hopefully. Oh, would I like the fire? Easy to do with that little hands trying to help. There's something really peaceful about the rain. You know, when you're like either inside or under a bridge and just hearing the gentle pitter patter, either on the boat's roof or in the canal. It's so peaceful. Oh no, it's there.
I'll be honest, there is a small amount of cabin fever which is now starting to set in. I love winter boat life. It makes it so cozy inside the boat when you can hear the rain on the roof and you see all like the chimneys going. It just is properly cozy. But when you get like multiple days where it's like this, just gets ever so slightly claustrophobic. I think we've both made the decision that this year we're going to invest in a pair of waterproof trousers. Like, this is going to be the year. 5 years of boat life, no waterproof trousers, but now we're both in our 30s. It's time to be sensible. We're going to treat ourselves. Might even get one of those ones that you can get, you know, like they've got like the little zip off bits, so you can convert them into shorts.
When you want wet ankles, dry thighs.
Dry thighs, exactly. I think today I'm just looking around for like stuff that we can get done. I need to make some more firelighters. These are our own homemade firelighters, which is just like some leftover wood shavings with some old like candle wax poured on top. And we probably need to fix that little pot where we had the incident with yesterday. Hopefully we can fix that. And yeah, just another day pottering. Pottering inside. The last time we used this was like 3 years ago? 3 years ago?
Probably longer.
So on our previous boat, Flora, we had like the most perfect sink. Because like on a boat, it's tricky finding things that like fit into your small space, and we found this perfect size sink, second hand. It was ideal, and to buy it first hand, it was going to cost us like 300 quid, but we got it for like 20 quid on Marketplace. And there was a slight incident where I dropped a piece of parquet flooring onto it, and bah, it may have somewhat broken the sink. We discovered this thing called Kintsugi, which is like, it's the Japanese art of repairing stuff and like embracing imperfection. And basically it's like doing like visible repairs on like pottery and stuff. And you can get these little kits for it. So I'm going to try and piece together that little pot. It looks like one of those sort of like artefacts you'll see in the British Museum or something.
It's actually with the glue, golden glue around it.
Joe, do you want to play with Panda and not be eating my beekeeper? You've literally bitten it. Can you bite that instead? Bite things that can be bitten and they're not going to break. Please. Hey, look over here.
He wants to be a beekeeper. It's clear.
Look, how about we get one of your special books out? One of the ones that are made for babies. Do you like that one? Yeah? Give me back the beekeeping one. There you go. Oh dear. I've done that bit really badly. I'm not very neat at this sort of stuff anyway, to be honest. It won't surprise you to know that I'm not the neatest person in the world. Maybe I should put the glue onto the bits I'm actually sticking on rather than... The good bit, that's why I started on the bottom one, because you know, you're not going to see it. I feel like this is quite a challenging repair.
For your first bit of Kintsugi.
For my first bit of proper Kintsugi, yeah. That bit there is how it's meant to be. The rest of it looks like something which Joe
has got back from nursery with.
Yeah. And there's also just like bits of stringy glue everywhere. I'm going to have to try and tidy that up.
Well done.
No, don't patronise me.
A star for effort.
Don't patronise me, please. Okay. Okay, this is a life lesson for why you should always read the instructions fully, because it says what you're aiming to use just enough glue to squeeze two pieces together. So what you're meant to do is like do a little bit, glue it, let it hold for a bit, and then do the next bit and keep on going. So then you end up with nice neat little lines, not just try and shove the whole thing all together all at once. So I mean that just goes to show, doesn't it? This is like one of those, you know, informing, educating and entertaining. Always read the instruction book before trying to crack on. I like it, it's got character. So that was 20 minutes filled with the rainy day.
What's next of Arts and Crafts?
Firelighters. This is one of those jobs that I find so satisfying, even though you do end up getting completely covered in molten wax. Whenever we get to the end of a candle, you know how there's always like a little bit of candle left over, we try and collect all the wax up and keep it in a little pot, and then pop that on the wood burner and it all melts down, and we use it to make our own firelighters. So we just take like little shavings off of pieces of kindling, pour a little bit of wax over the top of them, and then whenever we want to get the fire going, we've just got this little tin of like waxy wood shaving strips, and honestly they work so well to get fires going. They're brilliant. We used to use tea bags as well. If you've got a wood burner, this is a really good one. When you make your cup of tea, save your tea bag and dry it out. You look a bit weird when your friends come round and you've got like tea bags hanging down from the radiator on top of your fire or whatever. But then once they are dried out, dip that into a little pot of molten wax and then let it dry out again. And honestly, like, they work so well as firelighters. But yeah, it's just nice doing one of those jobs which, you know, in like the future you're going to be thanking yourself for doing.
I feel like I'm out of firecrackers, you know? Huh? Hello, Bubba. Bah. 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 Oh, I think that's
that one there, that one there, and then that one on top. Oh, nearly.
As you can probably tell from the colour of my face, it is getting very warm in this boat. But the good news is that the rain has finally stopped, so we're all going to head out for a little bit of a walk, because I think it is fair to say cabin fever is starting to settle in.
I don't know what you mean.
We need some outside time. We're going to go for a walk, then when we get back, Joe and I are going out for coffee because Jack needs about half an hour of quiet time in the boat.
That makes me sound like such a diva.
That does make you sound like a diva.
Yeah, so I work on the radio, and unfortunately, noisy little Mr. Ben in the background. Ideal. So it's not just me being a diva being like, I need silence when I work. I literally do need silence when I work. So
we're gonna call that it for this week's episode. It's been a bit of a slower one with 2 days indoors, but if you've enjoyed it, please do tap like, tap subscribe if you don't already, come along for the journey, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!